Exodus 24. Then to Moses he said, "Come to Adonai, you and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu." And the 70 leaders of Israel, and worship from afar. Moses alone is to approach Adonai, but the others may not draw near, nor are the people to go up with him. So Moses came and told the people all the words of Adonai, as well as the ordinances. All the people answered with one voice and said, "All the words which Adonai has spoken we will do." So Moses wrote down all the words of Adonai. Then he rose up early in the morning and built an altar below the mountain, along with the 12 pillars for the 12 tribes of Israel. He then sent out a young man of Bnei Israel who sacrificed burnt offerings and fellowship offerings of oxen to Adonai. Then Moses took half of the blood and put it in the basins, and the other half he poured out against the altar. He took the scroll of the covenant and read it in the hearing of the people. And again they all said that all that Adonai has spoken we will do and obey. Then Moses took the blood, sprinkled it on the people, and said, "Behold, the blood of the covenant which Adonai has cut with you in agreement with all these words." Then Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the leaders of Israel went up. They saw the God of Israel. Under his feet was something like pavement of sapphires, clear as the very heavens. Yet he did not raise his hand against the nobles of Bnei Israel. So they held up God and ate and drank. Then Adonai said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and stay there, and I will give you the tablets of stone with the Torah and the mitzvot, which I have written, so that you may instruct them." So Moses rose up along with his attendant Joshua, and Moses went up to the mountain of God. To the elders he said, "Wait for us here until we come back to you. See Aaron and Hur to go with you, and whoever has a dispute should go with them." When Moses went up to the mountain, the cloud covered it. The glory of Adonai settled upon Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it for 6 days. On the 7th day he called to Moses out of the midst of the cloud. The appearance of the glory of Adonai was like a consuming fire on the top of the mountain in the sight of Bnei Israel. So Moses entered into the midst of the cloud and went up to the mountain. Moses on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights. Chapter 25. Adonai spoke to Moses, saying, "Tell Bnei Israel to take up an offering for me." To take up an offering for me from anyone whose heart compels him. You are to take my offering. These are the contributions which you are to receive from them: gold, silver, and bronze, blue and purple and scarlet cloth, fine linen and goat hair, ram skins dyed red, sea skins, seal skins, acacia woods, oil for the lights, spices for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense, onyx stones and setting stones for the ephod and for the breastplate. Have them make a sanctuary for me, so that I may dwell among them. You are to make it all precisely according to everything that I show you, the patterns of the tabernacle and the pattern of all the furnishings within, just so you must make it. Now they are to make an ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits in length, 1.5 cubits wide, and 1.5 cubits high. You are to overlay it with pure gold inside and out, and make a crown of gold around it. You are to cast the 4 rings of gold for it, and place them in its 4 feet. 2 rings will be on one side and 2 rings on the other side. Also make poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. You are to put the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark in order to carry the ark. The poles are to remain in the rings of the ark and should not be taken from it. You are to put the testimony which I will give you into the ark. Then you are to make an atonement cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubit wide, and also make a cherubim of gold from hammered work at the end of the atonement cover. Make 1 cherub at the end and 1 cherub at the other end. Of one piece with the atonement cover, you are to make the cherubim and its 2 ends. The cherubim are to spread out their wings above, shielding the atonement cover with their wings, each facing its companion. The face of the cherubim are to be turned toward an atonement cover. You are to put the atonement cover on top of the ark, and inside the ark you will put the testimony that I will give you. I will meet with you there. I will speak with you from above the atonement cover, from between the 2 cherubim that are on the ark of the testimony. About all that I will command you for Bnei Israel. You will make a table of acacia wood, 2 cubits long, 1 cubit wide, and 1.5 cubits high. You are to overlay it with pure gold and make a crown of gold around it. Make a border a single hand width wide around a gold crown for the border all around. Also make 4 gold rings for it, and put the rings in the 4 corners that are on the 4 feet. The rings are to be close to the borders as holders for the poles to carry the table. You are to make the bowls of acacia wood and overlay them with gold, so that the table may be carried with them. You are to make the dishes, pans, jars, and bowls to pour drink offerings from pure gold. Always set the bread of the presence on the table before me. You are to make a menorah of pure gold by hammered work. Its base, stem, cups, bulbs, and flowers are to be one piece. There are to be 6 branches coming out of its sides, 3 branches of the menorah out of one side, and branches of the menorah out of the one side, and branches out of the other. There are to be 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms in one branch, each with a bulb and a flower. The 3 cups made like almond blossoms in the next branch, each with a bulb and a flower, and so forth for the 6 branches coming out of the menorah. Within the menorah will be 4 cups made like almond blossoms with bulbs and flowers. There is to be a bulb under 2 branches of the first piece, a bulb under 2 branches of the second piece, and a bulb under 2 branches of the third piece. For the 6 branches coming out of the menorah, their bulbs and their branches are to be one piece, all of it a single hammered work of pure gold. You are to make 7 lamps for it and set the lamps up to shed light over the space before it. The tongs of the censers and the censers are to be pure gold. It is to be made from a talent of pure gold. With all these pieces, see that you make them according to their pattern being shown to you on the mountain.